Hey, it's Slade, and this is episode 312 of the Orange Pill Investor. Got stuff to do. No time for music. No time for shenanigans. Got to take some profits. Got some things I need to pay for. And I would love to do this on a green day, but what are you going to do? We down. And as bullish as I am, I do need to, be realistic. Like support is 250, somewhere between 225 and 250. So do we see 250 before we see 650? I don't know. And the goal for today will be to come up with 30 grand in cash. I had taken 3,000 in profits last week, and I forgot to withdraw that, but need to come up with another 30. So gonna try to figure out the best way to do this. It is towards the end of the year, so I have to figure out, like, do I sell shares? My cost basis is 239, and if I sell shares, that means I'm realizing gains. Same thing with these 2025 leaps and even my Aprils. Um, if I had taken profits when we were at 450 a share, these would have been insane. Uh, right now, as it stands, what is this like? Oh, let me remove the chat overlay, and I'll take myself out of here too, so I'm not blocking anything. All right, make this a little bigger. So triple would be at like 51. So this is just under a triple. So I can take profits here. So should I realize gains, or should I go down to my January 2026s and take a loss? So I paid 16 for these. And if I sell some to pay for what I need to do here, then I would actually have realized losses that I could offset some of my some of my profits. Same thing with these Junes. So just for starters, on a red day, I prefer not to sell leverage. I prefer to add leverage. So right off the bat, let's just dump these 24 shares. Fuck me, that was loud. My bad. That gets me to an extra 9 grand because the 3 was already spoken for. So now I have to decide, do I actually sell positions or do I just limit my upside with certain positions? If I wanted to get another 20 grand, right? Yeah, another 20 grand or so, and I wanted to sell at the money options for this week, I could sell approximately 20 at the money calls, not buy, sell. And that would get me another, yeah, 24 grand. And that way, if the price doesn't go up, then I don't have to sell any positions. And if the price does go up, then I just have to sell enough positions to make up for it anyway. So what is my overall delta? 4,400 delta, which means I could be selling as many as 44 covered calls. I have 5 of them on now. And if I add 20 more, that gets me to what I need. Now, if I go out to approximately 45 days to expiration, 39 is as close as I can get, then I can build out, let's see, 4 times the current price is about 1,400. So if I went out to the, approximately the 550 strike, I can get about that same amount of money, but I would have a bunch of upside built in here. The problem with these is it can take 2 to 3 weeks to be able to buy these back for half. So, what do I think will be happening over the next couple of weeks? I have no idea. All right, you know what? I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and I'm going to sell the weeklies. 20 of these. Can I get a fill, please? Oh, you know what? I think I was increasing the price, not decreasing it. There we go. Okay. I got the 30 grand I needed. So that is good to go. Since I'm here, might as well take a look and see what else I got. IRA, 25 days to expiration on these. Yeah, nothing I need to do here. Except that I could roll these out and down. Rolling from 25 days to 39 is an extra 2 weeks. Yeah, no rush. Join account. I've got about 400 delta. I could have 4 covered calls. I have 1. 39 days to expiration on that call. Nothing to do there. The allowance account. This one's getting annoying because the price is going below my strike. This is starting getting into the danger zone here a little bit. It's currently worth 140-ish. So that means I have to at least sell the like the 490 strike. If MicroStrategy plunges too much lower, it's going to become difficult to sell covered calls against. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then let's check. Where's the investment tab? Oh, am I signed out? All right, similar situation here. I've got this 450 call. This one's getting wrecked. Even though it's still up, it's still up like 5 grand. But this is going to be much harder to sell covered calls against as well. Since the value is cratering, I could sell potentially like the 510s, but if this dips too much more, then I will be back to the drawing board in this account. All right. But same old business as usual. I've got the CLSK and the Riot shares and just selling weekly covered calls against these. Yep, that's about it. So let me just check chat real quick. Only got just Junkrat. Good day back to you. You said, did you hear weeklies? Yes, that is absolutely correct. Oh yeah, I mean, um, maybe I should figure out my worst case scenario because if so, my worst case scenario was like MSTR dropping to 250. So I might as well just assume that Max Payne is probably twice as bad as that. Like, what if we were to see 150 again? That would be pretty ugly. With 1,900 shares. Let me see, what would that be worth? 1,900 times 150 would be 285. Yeah, trying to live off covered calls off 285 would be pretty brutal. Now, the other calls might be worth something, but they would, if MicroStrategy crashed by 50% from here, all of my leverage would crash by like 75 or 80%. So that would be rough. So market gods, let's not do that. Let's do something else instead. So yeah, so maybe it is a good idea to have these covered calls on anyway, just to protect the downside a bit. Um, the other thing, you know what? I wonder if I do have still a little bit too much leverage on here. Yeah, I think I can hold pat for now. If we get a green day, maybe I'll consider it. Especially if we get a green week and the prices and these covered calls that I just sold are out of the money, then I will absolutely take some profits there to pay for those. So I think that's about it for today. BM, since you quit your job, are you planning to make a portfolio of weekly dividend payers like XDTE, Yield Max, or even higher paying dividend payers like MSTY, Tesla, and IBIT? Nah, I'm just selling covered calls. So I'm doing the MSTY strategy and doing it myself and not paying anyone a management fee. Kobe said, if MicroStrategy crashed 50% from here, it would be interesting to think about how much of that would be due to underlying Bitcoin price versus MNAV contraction. Yeah. Yeah. If we crash below, what's support? What did I say support was? I mean, we've got some. some support here at like 300, right? But this is kind of modest. We've been trading sideways here. So if we crash below this, we're probably looking at 250, 225. But if this doesn't even hold, I mean, I would assume we would bounce pretty hard off of 200, which is our old resistance when we had the March pump. So I would assume that that we would 200 a share would be a pretty nice floor. And if we crash below this, yeah, that would be brutal. We'd probably see 100 again. Because I can't imagine there's anything between 200 and 100. So that's ugly. But I guess I would be selling covered calls all the way down. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, and that says, why aren't the inflows inflowing? Yeah, the market, what how's it go? The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So that's why I don't try not to make any short-term price predictions. Uh, if I had any regrets, I would say I probably should have taken off half of my leverage when we were at 450 a share. But a bunch of FOMO, thinking, oh well, if it can get to 400, it can get to 500, and if it can get to five, it can get to six, and seven, eight, 9,000. So Kobe says because it's mostly MNAV contraction that would make me more bullish. Yeah, true. I don't necessarily look at MNAV as like, okay, MNAV is expanding, so that's a sell indicator, but MNAV under 2, 1.5, yeah, that would make me want to potentially dip into margin again. So I'm glad I'm not using it now, so that if we do get some insane deals, like if we get some crazy dips, um, my account could, yeah, if we hit 150 a share, my account size would probably be cut by 75%, 80%. So that I would probably consider that a pretty a pretty solid buying opportunity, and I might have to dip into margin if that happens. So, all right, I gotta call it. Gotta buy gotta buy my son a car today, and do all the other pre-holiday stuff. All right, be good.